Am I the a-hole for refusing to allow the hospital to discharge my wife to me? My wife now has stage 4 colon cancer. For the past year and a half, I've had to work and then come home and do the majority of the household chores, and I was also treated as the nurse. We have 2 sons, 18M, 16M, and a daughter, 15F, that help out, but it became expected of me to be their go-to parent on everything. A year ago, my wife pretty much stopped being able to do anything for herself. She's exceptionally rude to me, and pretty much screams and cries hysterically all the time, and sometimes mutters on about people who haven't been in our lives for some time. She also blames me for not being kind to her when I am putting my entire life on hold when I'm at home, and I felt like I didn't even have an identity anymore. Over the summer I have talked to doctors, and they told me there was a lot of red tape regarding getting my wife into a nursing home. I talked with my dad, 74M, and he told me that from his understanding, hospitals, if you didn't pick up a patient after discharge 3 days later, the hospital social worker would have to place them into a specialized nursing facility. Last week, my wife had to be rushed to the emergency room. For the week I didn't have to be her nurse, I realized how much of a strain taking care of a barely lucid, and angry when she was lucid woman had become to me. I realized that I was basically being mom and dad around the house, and I was so tired of doing this every single day and then waking up at 6 to go to work. When I found out my wife was set to be discharged, I ended up making up my mind. When the hospital called to say that they were going to discharge my wife and I needed to be there to receive her, I told them that I did not want to take care of her anymore. The hospital continuously called me back, and the person on the other line would beseech me to bring my wife home. However, I stood my ground and said that my wife needed to go to a professional nursing facility, and said that the hospital's social workers needed to figure that out. Ida for finally realizing I had reached my limits. My daughter in particular is very upset that her mom is not coming home. My son screamed at me that they would take care of their mother 24/7 if they had to. However, I knew that the hospital social worker would do his/her job competently and help my wife into a facility.